Hey YouTube, it's that dude named Dave and welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. Before I get started, my price permission. Like, subscribe, and that bell notification below. You guys are watching my videos, but you're all not sub yet. So let me help you by helping me out and give you guys a few seconds to do this. Okay, we got those few seconds out the way. We don't do long intros. Today's video, we're discussing open marriages. We had a woman here who was married but unhappy in her arrangement and decided, let's introduce more people into our marriage. This one's a doozy, guys. So let's get to the video and we're going to try to make this make sense.
All right, so unlike our other guests, you didn't start off in an open relationship.
That's right.
So how'd you spring that one on your husband?
Yeah, how'd that happen?
Well, much to the word of our good doctor here, we did it the wrong way. We did it at a crisis point.
The wrong
in our
way.
marriage, and also at my midlife crisis point. So it was kind of like a perfect storm. We had been talking about having children for several years, and he decided no.
Yep.
And then I was 42. I'm thinking I have no children. I'm not going to have them. I've only had a couple of lovers because we had been together 20 years.
You met him when you were 25.
Yeah, and I thought, I can't go to my grave like this. I need to, I need something, you know?
Hey guys, let me just stop here for a second and point out a very, very big point here. Her and her husband didn't have kids, and then she said that he didn't want to have kids. Now, when women get married and want to build a home and build a relationship and build this family, there is a need in their DNA, their biology, to have children. So this is already one red flag that helped put her over the edge I'm going to see here, because the fact that if you're going to be married this long, she wants kids, they talk about it, and then he decided he didn't want kids, then there are some other issues that's going on in this relationship here. So let's continue.
No, and he was pretty open-minded, and he actually decided to get a vasectomy, and I think this was kind of his compromise with me to let me have a little bit of time to process that and do a little bit of my sowing of my wild oats.
Prior to that moment, did you believe, you know, I am deeply in love with this man, we are connected, you know, was your sex life good, if you don't mind me asking?
It was, and I was in love with him. Of course, we were together 18 years, and anyone will tell you after 18 years, it's not rainbows and roses all the time.
Yeah.
She's bored, fellas. 18 years, no kids. She admitted the sex life was good here. So my man was laying on his wife. He was buns glazing. But what's going on here? Looks like she's in her feelings about being bored. Let's continue.
And we had our issues, but I would say we had a pretty decent marriage, but we were very hung up on this kid issue, and I was kind of starting that perimenopausal crazy midlife ride.
Right.
I think the ladies in here probably know.
No, I don't know. Asking for a friend what that's about. So you decide to move, not to move out, but to get your own apartment. And you stayed there when?
It was more like a room.
Got your own spot?
But I would be there during the week, and then we'd be together on weekends. And during the week, we were both allowed to date and basically see other people. And then on the weekends, I mean, we didn't want to break up. See, we were trying to bend and not break.
Yeah.
They're over here trying to put so many rules on a marriage that already contains rules. Do you see how ass backwards this is here? How she's explaining how during the week she was over here, but then she'll be back for her husband on the weekends? You can't be with somebody this long, be in a marriage, and marriage has rules that you have to obey by. And then now you're creating a whole dynamic of rules here. See how bad this gets here. Let's continue.
We were trying this instead of going straight to divorce or cheating. So it was, that's the way we put it.
So can I just ask you, the first night you slept with another man?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Yeah, let's get to it.
Terrible.
Yeah.
When you're with someone for 18 years, and I've been a very monogamous person. I kind of called myself a good girl. You know, like that kind of type of girl who is always trying to get straight A's and please everyone. And so it was a lot of emotions the first time.
She wasn't ready for it. She wasn't ready. She'd been with one man for so long. She had him imprinted on her. And now she's back out here in the streets doing whatever here. Let's continue.
Over the course of the year, how many people did you sleep with?
12.
And were they all men?
No.
Oh, bonus.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Oh, wow. Y'all hear this? I'm going to let it play. I'm going to let it play. She's been with one man since she was 25. She's 42 now. All of a sudden, you introduce an open marriage here. You want to introduce new people. You want to try to spice things up. And what happens? She went ahead and dropped 12 bodies in 1 year. Guys, you see what happened when you open Pandora's box? Women are ready to get back on that cock carousel, man. It wasn't just one or two guys like, okay, I got it in my system. No, she wanted to try different flavors, different tastes. She wanted to go Baskin Robbins, baby. Let's continue. Let's see how bad this gets now.
I mean, I had a year. I had to get my bucket list done.
Oh, it was a bucket list. Y'all hear that, guys? Bucket list.
So what? How many men?
10 men and 2 women.
10 men and 2 women. Okay, so.
Oh, look at that here, guys. She even dipped into the lady pond. She dipped into the lady pond. So 10 guys. So 10 cock carousels and then 2 lady munchers here. Oh yeah, she wanted to make sure that she was getting it done with the buns glazing, with all kinds of karate size in here. Oh yeah, she was ready for the streets. The streets didn't leave her. She was ready to get back in them. Let's go.
How's that?
But there was hardly anyone before that.
Right,
I get that, but
Her
still.
numbers were so low. She wanted to live a little. How is the situation with because you're not a lesbian, you were kind of trying it.
Right.
So how did that go?
I'll tell you, the first woman I slept with, I thought I might be a lesbian because I thought, oh my God, this is the problem. I'm a lesbian. They know exactly what to do.
Okay, guys, I'm breaking this down. I know I've been stopping a light here, but here's the thing. It sounds like that she wasn't having good sex either. Now, if all it took was just this one woman here, and I know women say with their sexual experiences how women know how to engage and how to please towards other men, you know, compared to men here. But here's the situation. She'd been with her man for 17 years here, and she said that the sex was great. And all it took was one experience. Like, oh my God, I had a different orientation. Oh, my feelings are coming out, and it's roses and sunshine. I ain't been that many people, but oh my God, do I need to be in a lady pond? Am I an L-bird? Am I part of the alphabet community? No. You just never had your jollies rocked before the way she put it on you. Let's continue.
But yeah, it's really good. But
so you hear that, guys?
You know,
it wore off.
realized
You hear that?
That, you know, romantically, emotionally, sexually, like that's a whole thing.
Yes.
And I'm heterosexual.
Yeah. When your husband and you got back together.
Hold on. I just want to add that she mentioned that she was heterosexual. So it just meant that the woman that she was rocking with, that was the first one. We don't know about the second one here. They didn't get into that, obviously, because Mega's moving on here. That this woman knew how to please her. This woman knew what her needs were, and her husband wasn't satisfying her. Otherwise, she wouldn't have this reaction here. Now, if a guy knows what he's doing here and there's competing sexes here, trust me, she'll be like, my husband knows what to do too. But this girl, like, she would be like, ugh, I've seen that before. But the fact that as soon as she brought up that woman and it was like, oh, and the heavens opened up and this is what I maybe supposed to be. Bad sex in a marriage will do it every time, guys. Let's continue.
Together on the weekends.
Yeah.
How was that?
Well, we didn't get back together and process everything.
But you knew.
Of course we knew. And I'll tell you, it was strange, but I also have to say after 18 years of, you know, monogamy, routine, domesticity, all the good things that can also become a little rote, knowing that another woman had been on a date with him that week.
Oh, I hear this?
Perked me up toward him a little, like, I better get my game on, you know? And he did that too.
This is the way I.
Hold on, guys. This is huge. This is key. We wouldn't be here right now if her husband was somebody who was already being, you know, entertained by other women. When I say entertained, that women were still looking at him, that women were still after him. You see how the fact that her man was on dates, was being engaged by other women, that found it sexy. That was something in her. It's like, wait a minute, what's going on? Wait, he's out there with somebody else. This ain't, I know I'm getting my buns glazed. I'm feeling good, but something ain't right here. This ain't right. Who is this woman here? I don't like this. Why? Women always love men who have other women or other women want them. She realized that now that we opened this Pandora's box, other women want my man, and I don't like this. And at the same time, though, it's kind of sexy. It's turning me on because if other women want him and he's already my man, why I want him even more? Why do you think we always see how it's the bad boys or the players or the Pookies and Ray Rays have so many women and have so many baby mamas? And we talk about the good guys, you know, or people want to throw the shame, the insults, the guilt needs to be right. The sign language on men who we want to say that they're lame or they don't know how to talk to them and things of that nature. And they don't have as many women or they're not able to talk to women like they're supposed to compared to these situations here. This just proves the point of hypergamous nature, even though that she has the man and she already is married to, and she's out here getting her cake and eat it too. The fact that somebody else found her man attractive again and was out with her man, she loved it. She enjoyed it. She reveled in it, guys. So let me just say this here before we move on. I do not think she would even introduce an open marriage if she knew that other women wanted her man. Let's continue.
I feel when I see the other women looking at my husband playing tennis.
Exactly.
Hear that? Look at Megan.
Those are the best nights for Doug. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, exactly.
You hear that?
Exactly.
Wow. Look at that here. Megyn Kelly, I'm not the biggest fan of her, right? But she openly admitted, my husband's playing tennis with other women. And you know what? It's going down tonight. He knew what he was getting into. You see that, guys? You can see how something as simple as the fact that doing what you need to do, that women are still interested in you. You don't have to be out there and cheating. You don't have to go ahead and be interested in, but you're doing what you want to do. You're being on your purpose, your grind, that women still find you attractive. Your lady is going to find you even more attractive and they're going to want you even more. And it's going to try to make sure she keeps some clamps on you to keep other women from hers. We wouldn't be here if he was probably doing this here. But let's continue.
It got us, it kind of spiced things up.
You hear that?
At least at first.
At first. Because she's already been getting her buns glazed.
Tried an open marriage with her husband back in 2009. One of our audience members wants to know how you met these men.
Well, it was before Tinder and all that, but I put an ad on nerve.com, which was a dating site, and I laid it all out. I said what was happening, that I was married. If you put an ad for men saying you're married and you can't get involved and you just want sexual experience, don't worry. They'll answer it.
It works out well.
Yeah. There's not a problem.
There's Pookies and Ray Rays everywhere. If you say, hey, I just want the buns, don't worry about the relationship, guarantee you there will be a maintenance man who will call.
Okay, so, but ultimately there was a problem with your marriage. So you decide after the 12 months, you're going to get back together, you're going to try monogamy again, and then what?
We did that for several months. It was a real transition. It's like you've opened the box and then you're trying to jump back in the box and the box isn't the same anymore. We were working through it. My husband had a girlfriend at the time. He kind of got involved.
Which was against the rules. You're not supposed to form an emotional attachment.
Yes, but I broke rules too, just so we get that clear. But
at least she's being accountable. She broke down that he broke rules, but I broke rules too. At least she owned that part. Like, she wasn't trying to dog him out or cast aspersions. I can appreciate this in this jacked up situation here.
You know, that was kind of being processed out, and she kind of took that okay. And then a man that I had met and really kind of fell for, and we cut it right off because of that, got back in touch with me several months later. And I ended up leaving my husband for him, much to my guilt to this day, honestly.
Really?
Guilt?
Wow, your husband consented to this.
Yes, he did. And he's with someone now, and I think they're actually very well suited for each other. We're friends, and it's all worked out. But I still I still feel that, I don't know, maybe because, you know, my biggest fear would have been to have been left. I still feel that it's just, it hurts to hurt someone that you love, but that is the way it turned out. And I'm still with that man to this day. And of course, I'm totally monogamous again.
You are?
Yes.
So you got a divorce. Did you remarry, or you're just together?
I'm not remarried. We're living together for a long time now and monogamous.
I'm going to stop the video here. I want to touch on that last point here. She feels guilty because she's not with the right man anymore. If she had picked the right man and that she was happy in all the things that was being fulfilled that her husband wasn't doing, she would have stayed that, you know what though, you know, we're good as friends, but our marriage ran its course. And you know what though, I found the love of my life now and things are going good. You know what she said? I feel guilty. I opened Pandora's box. I got my buns glazed. I don't see him the same no more. Or maybe he don't see you the same way because he has a girlfriend, which she said he broke the rules. So that girlfriend came in, and even though she said that she filed for divorce, you know, that was the main point of the rules being broken, where she owned it. I broke rules too, but his girlfriend was the nail in the coffin. She realized that there was no going back. She may say she's in a monogamous relationship right now, but if she is guilty, she's guilty because she was already married and she don't want this guy probably to marry her. She's going to stick into the situation here and ride it out because she rolled the streets for a year. And at 42 plus years old, she's realized the streets is not for me. That's why she got a long-term boyfriend right now. So fellas, what can we learn from this situation here? A, if your lady asks for an open marriage or an open relationship, you live together, whatever the case may be, if you're not even don't have the papers, but you've been together for a long period of time and ask for this here, the relationship's already over. If she is asking you for permission, she's already started looking up the information. She has already been inquiring. Her girlfriends has already putting things in her ear. She may even received a few text messages from a couple of suitors, but she hasn't acted on it yet because she is worried, or like her, she may have been guilty or maybe scared. So if she's already asking you for this, your situation is over. Number two, if you actually engage in this here, do not cry when things go bad. When you let another man into your relationship, it is over. I'm sorry. You are not going to do anything to save her or save your relationship, because no matter what, if he is there long enough to do the things that you're not doing, maybe it could be small, but she's going to look at that as something new, a toy. It makes her feel good because something's brand new. You know, it's exciting because it's not the same old regular routine that you two have been in. If that happens, you cannot complain. You allow this to be introduced into your relationship. And when that happens, it's already over because she is not going to respect you. No woman's going to respect a man who lets her sleep with other men. You are her woman and hers only, yours only. So if you allow this here, that respect factor, whether she says she is respected or not, is going down by the second. And then also, let's just add the fact that she went ahead and had 10 men and 2 women in 1 year. She wanted to ride the carousel, but she also added the point that when he started dating, it was sexy. It was spiced up. It was a new moment, but so much had happened up to that point. So this last point here, what does that mean, fellas? That you have to make sure you're still projecting your best self every day. If you go into work, make sure that you're dressing properly. Make sure you look good to accentuate your looks. If you're getting older, our metabolism does slow down. So you may need to work out a little bit more to keep the weight down. Change our diet, you know, because as we get older, things change with our health wise. You know, keep ourselves meticulously clean and clean haircuts, you know, nice suits or shirts, you know, if you're out casually, clean t-shirts and shorts, things of that nature, clean shoes, project an image that is showcasing your best self. So when you walk out the door and your girl sees you looking good, she's going to look and say, hey, wait a minute. What's going on with him? Why is he looking so good? Is he doing something? But if you did it all the time, she knows you look good. She sees you. She's gonna like, hey, okay, there's something waiting for you when you get home. Don't be out here. And then when she's out with you, she's gonna make sure that any woman is checking for you. She's gonna get close. She's going to hug up on you. She's going to show things like, hey, ladies, he's mine. Stay away, you banshees, you wombats, you hood boogers. I already claimed this. You see, that wasn't happening with her. That only happened after the fact that he was going on dates when they opened up the marriage here. So we have to be mindful, fellas, that when we need to pick the right women, we also need to do what we need to do to keep these women. Let's just be honest. We just can't get a woman and just say, hey, we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. It is what it is. We have to understand that we are both human beings and they have needs and wants too. You have to keep your lady happy. If you don't, the next man, the maintenance man's going to come through and it's going to go ahead and glaze those buns. And you're going to be in the same situation like this here. Divorce, divorce, or you're single, not messing with the person you're with, taking half your money in certain situations, and then you are living a bad life because you didn't handle your responsibilities. Comment, like, subscribe, and click on that bell notification below. Let me know what you think about this video here. I'm curious that if any of you guys in my comment section, my subscribers, my tribe, has actually tried an open marriage or an open relationship, and did it work out? Is anybody have successful relationships here, or did they all go down in flames? But until next time, I'm that dude named Dave. See y'all later, YouTube world.